Welcome here to Armstrong High School. The sun is out, a beautiful night for Northwest Suburban Conference Girls Lacrosse. It's Osseo-Park Center paying a visit here to the Armstrong Falcons. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, Osseo-Park Center has had a lot of close losses this year. They came through and got their first win in overtime the other night against Totino Grace on Monday night. Meanwhile, for Armstrong, a very young group. They've generally had a good, strong girls lacrosse program. Their two losses are to two of the best teams in the conference. They're a team to watch not only tonight, but throughout the rest of the season and in the coming years, too.
Well, the fact is they're very young. They graduated a lot of kids last year, I believe 12. And, you look at the Centennial and Chapel Park, who beat these guys. They're 13-1 overall, but here's the kick. The teams that Armstrong has beaten are 4-23. So the tough part of the schedule still there with Maple Grove and Andover. Now OPC, a reload, rebuild, kind of a rebuild year. They're very short on numbers, and that's just the tail of it. There's not a lot of kids. The JV had nobody standing on their bench during the game, and this will be close too with the varsity. But as you said, they're getting competitive. They're 1-2 in their last three games. Like Jay said, two of those losses are by one goal, and the win was by one goal. So they're getting better and improving.
Let's look at key players in this evening's contest, starting with OPC, and not a lot of doubt who we would pick here. Sonia Coombs is a player who has been a great player in their program, as she's going to play D2 lacrosse at Regis, and just an all-around skilled player, and they're learning to work with double and triple teams that she's seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, she's put up 14 goals, which is half of OPC's total goal output this year. She's fast. She sees the field very well, but importantly, she can be up top, or they put her back in the X position behind the net, which is a tricky position because that's a point guard position, Jay. Yet she can move the ball well enough to her other teammates to get the better, and they really need to do that. More people have got to score goals.
And for Armstrong, we're going to talk about one of their talented sophomores. Jenna Hahman has already put up good numbers this season, and a really good finisher for them, as the numbers kind of indicate.
She has called quick. I mean, she gets off. When she decides to go, she can turn on the turbos and get rolling right away. That's been her secret. She's been able to blow by people and get it to her shooting side. She's able to switch her hands. And she's a sophomore. Of the three leading scorers on the team, we have Jenna, who's a sophomore, and Erin Poloni, who is a ninth grader. And then a senior or junior, I was thank you with that. But she's quite a player. I'll be interested to see her in a couple of years, Jay.
As you mentioned, Armstrong's got Maple Grove coming up Friday. I think it's important for them to focus on the task at hand here tonight and not be thinking too much to that matchup with the Crimson, who are one of the two teams tied for first in the league right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a game where you really want to sharpen it up. And if you're fortunate enough to get a lead, a healthy lead, you can play some of your bench players, too, to give them some experience.
So we'll see who comes out on top here tonight. It's Osseo-Park Center taking on Armstrong. Girls Lacrosse up next here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there, choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why? My. Oh.
COVID-19 has hit our community real hard.
We're dying from coronavirus at almost double the national rate.
If we come together, we have the power to save what matters to us, our Black lives.
There's power in protecting your loved ones.
There's power in wearing a mask and social distancing.
There's power in knowing the facts and using your voice.
Let's fight COVID-19. Visit bethepowerofus.org.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
And welcome back here to Armstrong as we are just about set for the start of tonight's contest here between OPC and Armstrong. And kind of a busy week. I don't think it's that often that you're seeing teams going to be playing 3 times in a week. Yeah. And, test the depth a little bit and how in shape you are. And obviously, as Dan said, OPC a little bit short in numbers. So they're going to have to rely on their core group to play pretty much the whole night.
Yeah, we're going to do some shutdown defense. Hopefully they can score. They just need a few more people to get involved in the attack, and it'll help. But if they can do that tonight, and they put in 9 goals against Tina Gray, so they can do it. So the other interesting thing about them is they've got 8 players playing multiple positions. They've had to move a lot of people around and reset their comfort zones and stuff like that, if the squad is small. But they're definitely in shape, I'll tell you that.
That freshman in goal for Armstrong, number 1 there in the middle, Lydia College, who's done a nice job in her first year in varsity. And then for OPC at the other end, Grace Otieno, a senior, has kind of split goaltending duties with Chloe Lewis. It'll be Grace tonight, and there's a possibility we'll see Chloe playing some as either a goalie or a field player. It sounds like she's been a little bit under the weather, but they hope to use her. There's Grace.
Expanding the sport, trying to get things done. I noticed the JV roster for OPC, and there's a lot of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders there they're developing, and that'll be a nice boon for them over the next couple of years as they build. But they've been playing well lately. Maybe this could be a breakthrough game for them, Jay, to move them a little forward here and give them some more confidence and experience.
Opening draw here, Claire Sondral against Tavery Scherner. And OPC coaches Allie Nelson and Josie Rojas said draw control is something that is important for them. And to an extent it is for every team, but they're hoping to do well in that regard tonight. But not off to a good start with it here. And there's a quick goal as Ella Steinke goes to the net there for Armstrong and quickly puts it away.
Well, the junior gets her 15th goal of the year. He just gets the ball, picks it up on a nice race. She got it up clean, made a couple nice moves, moving from right to left, and got in front and got a real quick shot off. Bounce shot into the left-hand side of the net.
13 seconds is all this one takes as she scoops this up and just kind of weaved her way through traffic there. Wasn't in too much of a hurry, but just making a nice little cut there and then bouncing it home.
It's a nice switch of the hands there, too, as she moved back and forth. So
carried up the right side by Presley Kramer for Osseo-Park Center. Here's Coombs looking out front, trying to go to Rainerson. Both those players had very good games in their win over Totino Gray, scoring 4 each, and Rainerson got the game winner on a play similar to that, an assist from Coombs. There's a look at College, the freshman goalkeeper for Armstrong.
5.39 save percentage, which is okay, or goals against average, I'm sorry. 5.07 save percentage.
Real Anderson coming hard up the left side here for Armstrong, and she will put it away. There's no hesitation there, able to bury that shot, and OPC probably a little bit concerned about how easily these have come. Their D has just kind of watched them go a little bit here. Need to step up a little bit and at least make them veer off path a little bit.
Get them out of their lane. Get them out of their lane here. And but the speed of the Falcons, we were talking about Hahman. Looks like this midfield and attack group can move pretty good. They're fast. One thing to notice about Armstrong, too, is, boy, they start quick. They attack all during the first half. They've outshot their opponents 64-25 in the first half. They come out bury, and then they bring it back a little bit in the second half and play a little more defense.
Battle for it here, and Sandral had it briefly, lost it. And this will be Osseo possession here as Scherner dropping it back to Kramer. Quite a few familiar names from hockey on both these teams, and maybe OPC in particular. Coombs.
Well, they got her to the ball. Now let's see what she can do with it. Oh.
Dropping the pass off, went a little bit over the head there of Rainerson, but they'll keep control as Kramer up with it. Riley Haug, another of the captains here for OPC.
Moving pick there, so it's a free position. 8-meter circle.
And here we go with Haug. Haug will get to the net, but denied by College.
Nice save. Followed the ball well with her body and just got it to deflect off. I think she got part of her basket on it.
Armstrong looking to quickly counter here as Anderson, who scored that last goal, works her way up the left side, and now will drop the pass back. Sandral to the middle, and there's a nice stop at the other end by Otieno. But Anderson pops right back up with it.
Boy, Anderson's determined on this rush here. Nice pick up there, got the ball back.
I think Armstrong, Kerry Torgerson, and their staff right now, they'd like to see a little bit of this too. I mean, you don't ever want to say don't go to the net and score on an individual play, but I think they also want to see their team be able to work the ball and work on some things that way too. And maybe you do that after you build a lead if it turns out that way. But battle for it here, flicked up in the air by Rainerson.
Boy, you can tell the difference when you see Rainerson out there. She's just small. She's an 8th grader. But she's really come to play. She's got 8 goals already this year, and OPC back on the attack.
Haug working her way across the middle. Armstrong doing a pretty solid job of communicating on dropping, change, whether they're switching and just, keeping in their shape a little bit better, maybe defensively, than what we've seen from OPC. Haug shouting out instructions.
Yep.
Down low to Coombs. Coombs was hacked at there. And you could hear from the bench, good patience, Black, and that's what they wanted to see. We said we need smart possessions. We need to, we know probably we're not going to get as many scoring chances as Armstrong will, but we need to have good possessions and capitalize when we get them.
This is a big shot right here.
And Coombs will bury it for Osseo-Park Center.
Just what you want your senior to do. And leading scorer.
No goal. No. Looks like a crease violation do we have here? Wave it off.
Maybe she moved before the whistle went off.
So in any case, it did not count there for Coombs. And now College will restart here. Throwing a pretty accurate long outlet there to Aaron Poloni.
Poloni came back really nice on that, Jay, just like a good receiver would in football.
Yeah, funny how much better the pass looks when you go meet it like that, right?
Yeah. Wow, zipped it in there. Nice accurate throw. Good pickup with both hands.
Hahman.
Yep. Oh, good. They learned from that last inside move coming out of the back. Now, like you said, Jay, now we'll see how they can move as a team, Armstrong, because they're going to need to do this against Maple Grove.
Poloni gets a little one-on-one here, and nice stop again by Otieno for Osseo-Park Center. Made a couple of big saves here. Armstrong got 2 early goals on her, but then she's come back with a couple of nice stops on fairly difficult chances.
Nice pickup.
Sydney Weiss on the move here for OPC, but well defended there by Sydney Smith. And then knocked down was Ella Stanke there for Armstrong, and so they will
Kramer got the cross a little bit too high and came toward the player. Close it up.
Carly Rettelsheimer to the middle there.
Well, OPC figured that out. Now they're not going to let them have the middle. They've been pretty good, Jay, the last few rushes and pushing them outside, the runner with the ball.
Armstrong looking to add to the lead, but misfiring on that shot. Recovered there by Poloni, and now over to Hahman. See, the other thing, Armstrong, trying to work on spacing here too.
Mm-hmm.
Poloni looking to get to the front. Much better defended than they had there in the early opportunities, but then a little switch, it goes off the goalpost there. Nice move by Hahman. And very close to going in, but didn't quite make it. Now Weiss back the other way for Osseo-Park Center. See, one kind of uphill climb they're facing is overall team speed. Armstrong definitely has an advantage, it would appear.
Yep.
Hahman looking up the left side here with it. Drops it back.
Not sure what the call was there, but they call it back and we get a free position.
Olivia Ojala, one of the captains for Armstrong.
Oh, my. A violation again.
Turned into a nice stop, although it wouldn't have counted anyway, I don't think.
Okay, that stick got up high. Remember, you cannot bring your stick toward the player. It has to be away.
Ooh, she didn't bounce that one the way she wanted to, but it almost made it was like a change-up or something for Otieno, but able to stay with it. Rettelsheimer gets it back. Now Sydney Smith. Here's Sondral for Armstrong. I'll fake the little interchange here. Now back up top. Bryn Anderson holding for Armstrong here. Well, if nothing else for OPC, they're showing that it's not going to come quite as easy as those first couple seem to.
I like the defense they're playing. It's been tough and gritty, and I think you picked it out right away, Jay. They're sliding so well. Their defense moves good and covers people. I mean, both teams are that way.
Ooh, and a near turnover there, but Denchfield will come up with it for Osseo-Park Center, and up the field they come as she finds Presley Kramer. Kramer, good strength to work her way through, and then drops it down low toward Coombs. Call going against Armstrong here.
The sticks are getting up high here, and anything that kind of goes to they'll call that. And but had Coombs down low, wide open, and just the stick got up there and drove the ball down into the ground, so Coombs couldn't pick it up, or she would have been right in front of the net.
Presley Kramer starting from the free position here for Osseo-Park Center.
Nice play by Kramer there. Did you see the three coming at her?
Coombs will give it over to Haug, and I think they'd like to slow the tempo down a little bit here too, so it's a smart thing. I mean, they don't necessarily want to run end-to-end with Armstrong, and this is one way to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, when you think about it, really, I mean, it's actually 2-2 according to balls going into the net, but they weren't disqualified. Or was it one they disallowed? It might have been, I don't know. They need a goal. A goal would really help them and work right into the strategy really well for them.
Rainerson dropping it over there to Aubrey Griesch. See, Armstrong, I think now kind of saying, we're maybe not going to lay back here and let you pass it around as much. We're going to force the pace a little bit here. Howe keeping possession here for Osseo-Park Center. They're down 2-0, but it's been much more competitive as the half has gone on than it looked like it maybe was going to be in the first couple minutes. Coombs lost it there, jabbed away. And Coombs will recover.
Coombs is getting a little extra attention there too. She was double teamed, and once she's up top, I think they'll have one on her, but when she gets down low, they'll have two people on her. Nice play.
Coombs could not split the D there, and good work defensively, Ainsley Descharme.
Very nice job, and she took the stick, used the right angle, knew exactly when to do the stick check and do it legally.
Spanier picks it up, though, as Armstrong turns it over. Greta Spanier got the pass away. And there's College with a great stop on a shallow angle shot from Lauren Rainerson. College just sticking with it.
Well, the ninth grader, you know, just kind of shenanigans, breaking it up with a really, really quick net.
Gergen controlling it here for Armstrong.
Probably look for a few, you know, give and go or pick and roll situations here for Armstrong if they can't get the top scorers loose.
Rettelsheimer went to the net, but way over the top. She was losing control of that one, I think, as she started to shoot, but they'll get another opportunity.
Well, if Otieno can keep doing what she's been doing, she's had, you know, a nice amount of saves here, 5 nice saves, and if she can keep doing that, OPC can stay in this game.
Rettelsheimer will drop that pass back now. And the return just didn't quite connect, but swooping in to play it is Hahman. Poloni looking for cutters here. Now coming out the other side, Poloni flicking it across, and there's another stop by Otieno for Osseo-Park Center.
That's a confidence booster, both for the goalie and the D, and a nice move right there by Presley Kramer. Nice job.
Kramer over to Rainerson. Look at Carrie Torgerson, the Falcons coach. Here's Coombs. Little pick and roll there.
Oh,
but
nice play
denied. And Armstrong looking to quickly get the counter going here as Ducharme sending it ahead, and the Falcons have numbers.
I still like the play by 11. She's going to get a penalty for it, but she kind of, for OPC, Mackenzie White, she kind of stuck her nose in her and said, no, you're not coming in here.
Here's Olestanki looking for the bounce shot, and she scores. She had their first goal and now has their third as well. Scoring from the free position here, and Armstrong breaks a drought.
Oh, you'll see just a nice shot, a bounce shot that just Grace Otieno, it slipped in under her arm, her right arm. Maybe she could have moved a little bit to the side, but that's the first one in a long time. I mean, I think she made 4 or 5 straight saves there.
So a 3-0 lead, and Osseo-Park Center takes a timeout. I think all in all they've been playing pretty well here. You know, there's both coaches out there, and I'm not entirely sure what the discussion is about here. Allie Nelson has a complaint of some sort, it appears, but they seemingly also called Coach Torgerson out there too, and not really sure what the discussion would be.
It tastes exactly like their license.
I'm not sure if that was more of a timeout to talk to the officials or to talk to their team, a little bit of both. And
it could be get their team a little bit of rest. So we got just under 10 minutes left in a 24-minute quarter, so maybe just to give them a little bit of a rest and catch their breath, go over a couple things. Surprisingly enough, OPC has sent, remember, they've sent a goalie and a couple middies to colleges out east to play, Division II mostly. But the lacrosse around here is looking pretty good. I mean, you look at Armstrong and some of these 9th and 10th graders, Jay, playing 2-3 years. It's going to be a very good team. There'll be scouts out here looking at them, and it's nice to see the growth.
so Otieno, even though that last shot did beat her, as Dan said, has been on a pretty good roll of stopping Armstrong, and their defense just got a whole lot better than it did in that. They weren't quite ready at the start, it looked like, and gave up a couple relatively easy chances, but since then have played quite well. I mean, I think all in all, you look at the two teams' records, I would say they're probably happy to be where they're at right now, within 3 here.
Oh, absolutely. And they know they can get the ball in the net. Now, just, you know, you can't make the mistakes that made those goals be disqualified. So, but they've been there as far as that goes. So if they can get a goal now, that's going to make it real interesting.
So here we go on the draw after that Falcons goal. There'll be a violation there against Armstrong, so Osseo-Park Center possession. Scherner moving it upfield. Scherner will find Coombs. Defense surrounding Coombs, so she'll back it out.
1, 2, and 3 white jerseys were approaching. It was a good thing she didn't shoot it. She's looking for somebody else. Now maybe they're going to clear it out.
There's too many bodies in the way here. Coombs keeping possession.
Coombs needs to switch hands or find a teammate.
Oh, and Rainerson denied again. College. Boy, both goalies actually have done quite well here tonight,
wow.
It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Armstrong gaining control and looking to press the issue a little bit here. Ojala.
Boy, she did a nice job protecting the ball there. She had somebody nagging on her behind, and she knew just where to keep her stick.
Hahman with cutters drifting through. Makes a little move to the front. Hahman firing, and Otieno got a piece of that. Poloni now possessing here for Armstrong. Hahman turned back again. Here's Sydney Smith. They'll bring it to the top. You can see OPC is only going to come out so far, and then they're going to stay back to really protect that net.
It saves on their energy, too. Allows them to recover. They don't have to be running back and forth, that extra 10, 20 yards. And it compresses the defense. It makes it tough.
Turning back to the left to score there was Poloni as she looked like she was about to shoot it and then changed her mind, went back left, and I think that was just enough to make it a tough save.
Really nice move. I like the way she had some patience there. Another freshman on the Falcon team. Good move here to split, and then kind of turned it, hesitated, got control, got it over to her left hand, and bounced it over the shoulder.
Get her 13th goal of the season. It comes 17:33 in, and a 4-0 lead now for Armstrong. You can see they seem to be concentrating on trying to bounce shots past Otieno, who's made a lot of good saves against them already.
And OPC's been having a really hard time getting the ball into the hands of Sonia Coombs, and whenever she gets it, there's 2 or 3 people on it at all times.
Anderson picking it up here for Armstrong. Up front for Poloni, and that one is blocked.
Another low shot this time. Otieno caught up with it. Got her body down and in front of it, made a nice save.
And another stop there for Otieno as Hahman made a spin move and tried to beat her in close there. And the pressure, Chloe Lewis here. Ooh, and a nice interception there by Sondral. And out front it comes. Oh, and a little flick with the backhand. Jenna Hahman with a nice goal there for the Falcons.
Nice play by Hahman there. Just switched hands nice. Couple fake shots. I got to tell you, Grace Odiano was on him, though. I mean, she was following as good as she could. That was a well-played shot off a couple really nice moves.
On a great pass, number 18, Flares.
See the interception here, and then the quick pass. A nice make, could bring it back. And then she just takes a backhand and gets it past Otieno, who I don't think was expecting the shot right then.
No, it looked, she did a nice job of disguising it. It looked kind of nonchalant there. And sometimes you get caught up in trying to get the ball away so quick and as hard as you can. That time showed it's a little trickery or a little sleight of hand is sometimes tough to stay with, although, as you said, pretty good read. I mean, she didn't get completely fooled, but
no.
And it really all started with that great interception by Sondral, and then also looking up right away and finding her teammate. Poloni as Armstrong trying to widen the gap a little bit before halftime here. With another backhand try there. This time it won't work for Ella Steinke there. She's got a couple of goals, but not quite able to put that one away.
She's had a couple nice bounce passes, Jay. You don't see that too often. But in the crowd like that in the crease, you can get it through. That's a nice pass to make.
Steinke keeping possession there, and we'll look to get things set up. Well defended as Sondral's forced back, but good patience there. Then her pass got away. And this call will go against Armstrong, so OPC gets a much needed turnover there. They, had been playing pretty well for a long stretch and then have really been kind of back on their heels again for the last, 4 or 5 minutes or so.
Yep.
Denchfield working upfield here for OPC. Here's Coombs. Nice pass and a goal. Put away by Rainerson as Coombs right at the right time, dropping it off to her talented young 8th grade teammate, Rainerson, able to bury it, and Osseo-Park Center gets its first goal of the night.
Making it 5-1, but a nice play by Rainerson there, coming down and finally moved into that spot. That spot's been open the whole first half, and Coombs has been trying to find it or somebody there, and then she sees her coming right down there and just makes a nice shot, goes upper right-hand corner, and beats College there to put OPC on the board.
And I think Coombs, too, did a good job of recognizing that there wasn't quite as many defenders to her yet, so she went quick with that ball. She went, attacked right away, and able to find Rainerson with the cut and receive the pass. And that wasn't. It was a very good pass, but it wasn't necessarily like a simple one to catch either. Rainerson showing her skill there, and then able to bury it. That's tough for any goal, even though College, stayed with that one pretty well. But from that range, tough to stop. Here comes Coombs. Behind Rainerson there, and then they're able to scoop that ground ball and keep possession. Boy, OPC, if they could get another to kind of work their way back into this one by halftime, they would feel pretty good about things. Haug. Haug trying to turn to the front, but there's just an awful lot of traffic there.
Great footwork by the Falcon D. I mean, they're just not letting them have it. And look at how they're backing each other up. Great slide there to pick up.
Haug tired out, so she got rid of it there to Kramer. Haug will give it to Coombs.
There's nobody moving with her right now. Okay, now they're setting up a pick, and that took a little pressure off, but who else is there to move with her so they can move in together?
Coombs cut off again. So call goes against Armstrong, and Coombs get an opportunity here. Coombs to the front, and she buries it, and Osseo-Park Center getting a couple in a row, and this one will count.
Ever since the game started, they've been calling a lot of the stuff in the middle of, right in the slot there. I mean, they've been calling free positions. They've taken away a goal or two. And the stick stuff in there, if it gets up high, they're stopping the play or disallowing the goal. But that was a big goal, as you said, Jay, for them. Now they got some time to maybe get a third. Nice position here. She angled it just right so nobody could get at her and let her go, and she found the right spot.
Back and forth we go here because for a long time, OPC I thought was doing a nice job defensively. It stayed 2-0 for a long time, but then all of a sudden a little run for Armstrong, and they put it up to 5-0, and you started to have the feeling that they were going to maybe pull away a little bit, and then instead it's the other way, and Osseo-Park Center able to come up with a couple of goals and also possess it for a long time, although they don't possess it there. A nice takeaway. And Armstrong, just got away from Hahman, or she might have had a pretty good opportunity. Nice pass out front, and Otieno making another save. Stops Sydney Smith.
Boy, this is scary. Let's see, one thing go. Oh, they did score. Okay.
Nice little backhand move by Anderson to bury it for Armstrong, her second of the night.
One thing that a coach loses sleep over at a game like this is running into a very hot goaltender, because they can turn games around and steal them, actually, even though you're not playing well. And that same is true in lacrosse. Nice move here. Takes kind of a half backhand, half forehand with the way her arms are laid out, but found the spot and put them back up by 4.
So a little under 2 minutes to go in the half, and Armstrong now up 6-2 as they break that streak of a couple of goals for Osseo-Park Center. Now Presley Kramer controlling it here for OPC. Sonia Coombs looking out front. That pass deflected though by Smith. Kramer sticks with it.
You know, one of these times, I'd like to see Kramer take off. She's got some speed. She's got some size. She could probably force her way into that middle.
Rainerson with it here for Osseo-Park Center. And the game winner against Totino Grace in OT the other night. Scherner looking for cutters here as they'll spread out and try and give her a little room to go. Well defended though, and Scherner unable to get it to the front. And Stanky up with that ground ball.
Boy, Stanky looking like a big-time power forward there. She just battled her way through all that.
Anderson cutting to the net, and there's another stop by Otieno for OPC. Under a half minute to go. See if Armstrong can close the half with another one, or if OPC can hold them off here. Anderson back out.
Yeah, this would be a key stop for OPC right now if they can hold it down. Looks like they're going to.
So we do reach halftime of tonight's Northwest Suburban Girls Lacrosse matchup, and our score at the half, Armstrong 6 and Osseo-Park Center 2. We'll have first half highlights, and then our second half coming up in just a moment here on CCX Sports.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
Well, welcome back here to Armstrong High School. The Falcons leading Osseo-Park Center 6-2 at halftime here of our girls lacrosse matchup, and it was a very quick start to the contest for Armstrong. And it kind of looked like they were going to really dominate the first half. Just 13 seconds in, get their first goal of the night as Ellis Stanky going to the net there, bouncing one home. And then it is Brielle Anderson carrying it up the left side, and the D not really quite set up, and she just kind of walked right through and scored. That was only a minute 8 in, so they were up 2-0. But then Osseo-Park Center coming back, College, making some big stops for Armstrong. I knew I was going to say that at least once tonight. There is a goal that was disallowed there early on for Coombs. Maloney getting to the front, and there's another stop by Otieno, and yet another. And this is not that typical lacrosse. You just don't see that many big saves like this. And there's a bounce shot in though. That one made it 3-0. There's College coming up big again there for Armstrong. And Otieno ready for that challenge. Poloni, this was a nice move though, as she turned back to the left hand and bounced that one home, made it 4-0. And they put together a little flurry here, and here's that little flip by Hahman. Armstrong up 5-zip, but then Coombs to Rainerson, nice connection in front. And then just about 2 minutes later, they get another one as Coombs from the free position able to bury it. So they had the momentum, but then Armstrong coming back with one more as Anderson got her second of the night with a little under 2 minutes to go, and that made it a 6-2 score, which is where we said that Champlain Park and Maple Grove both at 6-0 in the Northwest Suburban. Maple Grove beat Centennial earlier in the week, and again Maple Grove and Armstrong play on Friday night. Andover and Armstrong also up there near the top, with Blaine sitting at 4-3. And then the bottom portion of the conference, you see OPC with that win over Totino Grace, moving out of the basement anyway, and Spring Lake Park also sitting at 1 victory. So we will take a time out here and come back with more, our second half. Coming up next year, it's girls lacrosse here tonight on CCX.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
About set for our second half here as Armstrong holding a 6-2 lead over Osseo-Park Center. Northwest Suburban girls lacrosse. Falcons looking for their 6th win of the season, and Again, a big one coming up with Maple Grove on Friday, and then OPC trying to make it 2 wins in a row as they got themselves out of the 0 in the win column the other night with that thriller over Totino Grace.
Well, if they can put a few goals together here now with the way Otieno's playing in goal, they're definitely in this game. Now we'll see if Armstrong brings it back and starts playing a little tougher defense this half. They've only scored 28 total goals in the second half compared to 64 in the first half, so they definitely toned down the attack here in the second half. And I think with OPC, they've created some good offensive, possibilities. They just need to cash in on them.
I think Armstrong right now, they'd like to see them, make sure you don't let off the gas right now. We want to put this team away. We probably think, that we have a little more talent than them. We need to play hard and go, extend this lead a little bit. And if you're Osseo-Park Center, I think you want to build on that stretch that they had. They really played pretty well for most of the half, with maybe the exception of those first 3 minutes or so.
Yeah, giving up, 2 goals in the first 3 minutes, that hurts you. Now all of a sudden you take those away. Now it's 4-2, but getting the first one here might be pretty critical for them.
Yeah, overall not a team with as much firepower as Armstrong, so they're going to need to capitalize when they do get chances. Was Kramer actually starting to go the wrong direction there? I think
she was.
You could kind of hear in the crowd, people were like sort of wondering, is she, remember that they've switched ends here? Sandral carrying for Armstrong, drops that pass off. Oh, it just got away from Ojala. But she gets to the front of the net here. Ojala trying to bounce one in, but Otieno, as she's been all night, solid on that one. Sandral carrying it here for Armstrong.
I'm not sure what caused that turnover, Jay. Not sure what the call was.
Honestly, I think it may have been using her hand to stop that ball a little bit as it
inadvertently hit her arm.
Trying to block it. Here's Stanky firing, but that one missed the net. Hahman, though, up with it. And then Otieno blocked that one.
Boy, that height has helped her at least get the ball out there.
And a physical battle for that one. Anderson winds up with it here for Armstrong.
I like this, they're letting him play.
Anderson and that. Smith works it over to Sandral. Looking out front and a shot and a goal. Sydney Smith. That was a nice little play for the Falcons.
It looked like it's a little give and go. One move back drew the attention of the defense out to her and caused a seam to open up. That was filled very nicely and just a great shot. Total control. Had enough time and control to catch the ball, and then she had enough to turn it and crank a good shot off. Sydney Smith.
And confidence that they could complete that pass with a little bit of traffic around, too. There was no hesitation to return that to Smith.
Well, you're seeing these kids at a younger age, underclassmen, seeing these plays and then making the plays. And that just bodes to get real scary here over the next few years.
Sandral can really run.
Yeah.
And that one blocked, and Otieno lost sight of it for a moment, but a little bit dangerous there as Weiss gave it back to her goalie. Now Kramer. Kramer splitting between a pair of defenders, now out front with it. And there's Haug tucking it in. Kramer to Haug and a great setup. Haug knew that one was in before just about anybody. She was turning to celebrate, and I don't think the referee had seen that it had gone in just yet either. But
a real subtle stick move down low into the left-hand side, or into the right-hand side of the net as you face it. I think she gets it. She's up high. That'll be a nice pass by Kramer here. She sees where she's at. It slides to her. She finds the open Haug.
Off of the leg of College, actually. Hit her in the thigh.
Yeah. Nice.
And Haug, she's excited. She's looking at our replay up on the big video board. By the way, new scoreboard here at Armstrong this year, and it's very nice. It's got the video portion with it, and you can see it in the sun a whole lot better and everything too. So it's a nice upgrade.
I think it's neat that they can plug into the broadcast, see the highlights.
Carried here now by Anderson. Anderson to the net, and another stop. Not sure if that one hit the goalpost.
Yeah, I think it did.
But either way, they're
nice.
Keeping them out.
Twice she did it.
Scherner looking up to Haug. Haug chased back here, well defended by Alexis Humphrey.
All right, let's see what OPC sets up here. Okay, leading scorer in the team's got it right now. It's Coombs.
Coombs keeping it there.
Yeah, Jay, it's great the way she doesn't force it. I mean, she sees the double team, she's backing out. I like that.
College will send it up that right side. Scooped up there by Anderson, Bryn Anderson.
She can run pretty good too. Man.
Yeah, they've got some, long-legged, speedy runners here, and there's a shot and in as Stanky will put her third of the game away there.
Well, she's been a force, man. She's answered every time they needed her to step up to the plate here and done a nice job. And she's got it. She gets into that seam in the front of the net. And that's always where you seem to find her, or she's dishing into that area. But a nice pass here. Good play using her body to block the. Oh. And the D bailed there.
Yeah, Denchfield looked like she was worried about getting hit by that one and kind of spun out of the way.
I suppose I can understand that if you've ever been hit by one of those lacrosse balls. Ow. Oh, nice pickup.
Ooh, Rainerson got slashed, and Stanky said sorry right away. Rainerson going to the attack here. She's forced out, but got it to Coombs. Set a little pick for her, and now Coombs trying to advance it.
Oh, nice slide. Well done by the Falcon defense.
Yeah, Anderson, that was, I think, Bryn Anderson jumping in to cut off any opportunity there. Haug coming over, trying to set a screen here. Coombs looking for opportunities here, but they're continuing to keep well defended positionally.
There you go. Get it down low. Switch sides on him. They're not going to force anything from up top. They got it covered. See what you can do from below. Falcons showing some real discipline here as they move the ball around the outside. Nobody's getting out of position.
Timeout taken by Osseo-Park Center here.
Good call. They're looking a little confused right now.
Yeah, there's kind of a difference between patience and then just kind of holding it and not really having anything going. And I think they were walking that line there, and Allie Nelson and their co-coaches said, I think it's time to talk it over a little bit here.
Yeah. Good move. Settle them down. Somebody please go pat the goalie on the back for him. She's been really good.
Well, we'll be right back here tomorrow with Armstrong hosting Osseo in softball on Thursday afternoon, and then got boys lacrosse coming up Monday. The OPC boys will be in action against Champlain Park, and then softball matchup as Maple Grove will host Champlain Park, and then softball next Friday as we'll see Hopkins hosting Wayzata, winding down. It's been such a crazy school year, and now at least the spring season has felt a little closer to normal, I think. I mean, in terms of the length of the schedule and how many games are playing and all of that, we've stayed, relatively consistent, and it'll end a little bit, start a little bit later, it'll end a little bit later, but all in all, we're going to be seemingly more back to normal after not having the spring season at all last season.
Well, beauty of it is, too, we're not seeing an uptick in games being canceled or it's being spread among the teams and stuff. So hopefully with, it'll be gone. This will be the rough end of it. And by the time football turns around next fall, obviously, we get a clear slate of health and everybody can come back to the games.
So 8-3 Armstrong. They had a 6-2 lead at halftime, and again, both goalies have been very good tonight. Grace Otieno especially has been tested a lot. College has made some very big saves, although hasn't faced the volume of shots. But Otieno, it's going to be fun when you kind of get locked in. And again, obviously, in this sport, it isn't like soccer, it isn't like hockey where you're going to stop most of the shots in general, or there aren't going to be a ton of goals. In this sport, any stop on a good close-in chance is a big deal.
Well, she's got a good save percentage. Goals against per game isn't very good, but that's, not just her, that's the team too.
Rainerson ran into traffic and taken away, and again, that speed showing up for Armstrong. Sondral, and just failed to connect there. But looks like they're going to get it back as Hahman runs it down.
See if she doesn't try to create something here.
Going to work it to Poloni. Cutter drifting through, but not a lot of room, so they'll keep it going. Back out front, trying to get it to Hahman. There was Ducharme, but it was just deflected, and that allowed Otieno to scoop it up.
Good plan, though. Very good plan. If that hadn't got deflected, that might have been a goal.
Nice scoop there by Derajay for Armstrong, and then a nice receive of that pass by Hahman. Went to a knee to hit the basket underneath. Out front and put away by Sondral. Hahman with a good feed, and Claire Sondral knew what to do with that one.
Well played by Hahn. She just made that all happen. And
Armstrong goal, number 18, Claire Sondral.
and Sondral's coming down in the right position and gets seen, and Hahman gets it to her, and bang, easy goal. Just there, back on her toes. All of a sudden, she just saw it, and she let it go quickly. Sondral also caught it real quick, and then quickly got the shot off.
So the lead is now 9-3 for Armstrong. Interesting to see down the stretch too. With we said OPC, not particularly deep team, and wondering if that'll catch up to them a little bit too down stretch where they're not really able to sub much, but Smith works it up that left side here. Ojala cutting it to the middle and trying to bounce one or almost roll that one in, as I think it was, she was bothered when she tried to shoot. It didn't have much on it by the time it got to the net. Knocked away from White, but not legally so. And again.
Same thing. Stick up in that head area. They don't like that.
And White lost it again, and they say, we're not going to give you 3 calls in a row. So taken by Gergen.
I love the persistence of the Falcons. I mean, okay, fine. Take another 2 steps, I'll do it again.
Gergen turn back, and they'll reset at the top here with Sondral. Giving it over to Grace Barron, who's getting some time out there now, number 4. Smith leaving it for Ojala.
You know, it's good strategy, too, with limited members of the team on OPC. Just playing ball control here and just making them stay on the field with nothing happening. I mean, that can get tiring, too.
Gergen will drop that pass off, and now Sondral worked it back and just unable to squeeze a shot away with Smith, but didn't panic, just got it out of there. Now here's Hahman. Out front, shot and a goal. Hahman finding Smith.
Pretty.
And they made it look easy there.
Boy, Hahman looks like a point guard, doesn't she? I mean, and she can hit the shot, too, and she needs to. But she's just setting her up, especially Miss Smith here. I think that's her second feed to her, just beautifully done. And Smith knows what to do. She buries it. Good pass here. And just keeps it where the OPC stick can't get at it. Good goal.
Did a nice job, too, of just kind of probing until there was a little space and, you know, didn't ever force anything. You know, you got a nice lead. You get a chance for a lot of different people to touch the ball. You kind of push it when it's there and then finish the play. I think sometimes coaches get more excited about seeing a possession like that than if somebody just, you know, beat somebody because they're faster and scored.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Steinke will end up scooping that ground ball. Poloni lost it briefly, but gets it back. Poloni turns and scores. And you wonder now if OPC isn't, you know, it's hard to keep concentrating so long on defense. And right now, maybe just tiring a little bit physically and mentally.
Yes. Yeah, the mental uptick is going to be when, you know, Grace Otenea starts making some saves again. But it's a nice move right here. She's been biding her time. You know, the one thing I like about her, she just takes her time. She lets the game come to her, and she can create off that. And she can shoot the ball when she gets a chance.
Poloni getting her second of the night. 11-3 lead here for Armstrong.
This looks like it'd be a good group to coach, these Falcons. And they're aggressive, they're digging hard, but they're so smart. I mean, you know, for 9th and 10th graders, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, Coach Torgerson called them really a fun group too. That they're pretty good and they work on their skills, but they also like to have fun out there. And yeah, and you can tell that you're not having, even though some of them are young, they don't look like beginners in this sport. No. And obviously that's a big part of it. I mean, you love to have the kids who just come out and really give it a try late, but also, you know, the skill level probably isn't going to be there if you haven't had the work in as a younger player. Oh, wow, look at that move to the net. Sydney Smith lighting it up here. 3 goals in this half.
Showing her skills here. Didn't need the pass that time. Just made it all play by herself. Well done. She snaked in and out. I think she got an underhanded shot off. With speed, just blowing by the D. And yeah, you're right, Jay. You can see where they're getting tired. Yeah, an underhanded shot. I love that.
5 goals in about a 7-minute span here, or a little less.
You could see in that last rush by Sydney Smith that some of the OPC players are running out of gas. Stepped out of the box.
So Armstrong back to the attack here. Gergen. And out front it comes, and guess who? Going to be Smith again. She's having herself quite a half.
Well, it's like they said about Phil Esposito, she's making a living in the middle. Nice play. You know, that's really hard to make a save on when they're in that close and setting up nice. Beautiful pass in the slot as it's moving, coming around, brings it across, hits the left upper hand corner. Sorry, folks, my mouth had that.
And again, the Falcons able to win that draw.
And OPC's played them straight down the line on these draws, Jay. I think they've won more than Armstrong has, to be honest with you.
Anderson leaving it for Hahman. Hahman, a move, goes to the net, but
good save.
Blocked there.
Otieno did a nice job of coming out of the crease and rushing her and forcing that shot quick. And nicely got the save there.
Grish controlling it here for Osseo-Park Center. Been a long time since they've had an offensive possession here. Haug is going to carry it in deep here. They'd like to get something set up and just kind of stem the momentum a little bit too, I think.
Well, they've proven they could do it, and they got a nice save that time by their goalie. Now they're back in the attack zone. Make it count.
Haug.
Okay, impeded a shot. There's somebody in the way. She wanted to take a shot, and there's somebody blocking the way. They will call a free position for that in that crease area.
See if Haug can put one away here for Osseo-Park Center. And indeed she does.
5-hole.
Snuck that one past College, and Haug will get her second goal of the night.
Scoring for OPC, number 15, Riley Haug.
Well, OPC's top players are stepping up. They're involved in the scoring and stuff. I had a couple other kids that weren't in the top 3 that are jumping in too. But nice shot. 5-0. Beautiful. So, back to the task. Win the draw, go back down and score.
Spanier up with it here for Osseo-Park Center. Scherner will leave it over now to Coombs. Coombs got the defender off balance that time. I think she was a little more open than she realized. Probably could have had a shot there, but.
Well, that D in the middle made a real quick move with a good footwork to get back in there and dissuade Miss Combs from taking a shot.
Interesting that college often, when they're working from behind the net, she gets over to be a kind of an extra defender there and is aggressive and trying to cut passes off.
Well, it's nice having that big basket to work with. Allow you to snare a few before they cause you any trouble.
And a lot of goalies, I think, would be hesitant to leave the net so open, you know, but she's out, as I said, kind of functioning as an extra defender there to make sure no easy passes can come. Kramer controlling it here for Osseo-Park Center. We saw their coach, Josie Roja, running up the sideline and shouting encouragement after they had gotten that last goal. And I think they want to see some fight out of their team down the stretch here. I mean, yeah, they're too far behind to come back in this one, but can we close strong? Can we play still a good, hard last 10 minutes? Haug. Good recovery defensively there as she's got a little bit of an opening, but then sliding over there was Descharmes. Really good footwork for Armstrong defensively, and they just got that whole, stare at their midsection mentality. We're not going to be fooled by little fakes and things like that. We're just going to stay in front of them and move our feet.
Oh, just good focus.
Call goes against Armstrong. And I think we're going to have a card issued here. Now Weiss on the move here for Osseo. They trail at 13-4, but a little momentum here down the stretch. And Scherner is hacked at there.
Gonna get a free position here.
Scherner. And there's College with a nice stop. She really read that they were going to go low with that ball and just got down and smothered it.
Yeah, she gave up a 5-hole goal last time, and she had that totally guarded off.
Rettelsheimer now with it here for Armstrong. Out front it comes. Wow, nice stop there. As Steinke went for another one. Both these goalies are a little bit different, but they've both been really effective. Otieno's a bigger goalie. Yep. College is very athletic seeming, but they've both just done a nice job of staying with shots.
They move their body into the ball. They move their body so the ball won't get by them. Both of them. And that's hard to teach. A lot of them depend on that basket.
Hahman controlling it here for Armstrong.
Nice defense there.
Yeah, Chloe Lewis chased her back. Stella Ross in there, number 5 for Armstrong, controlling it here.
Wise move. Just control the ball. Make him come out of that bubble and see what happens.
Sondral turning the corner, and she scores using that long reach right there.
Yeah.
Wasn't really that bad a defense, but able to get just a little bit of an opening and then let it rip.
Yeah. Really nice goal. How much she gets her tall arms up there. I mean, that came from a sharp angle high. You know, you're always trying to do opposite. So start high, shoot low. Start low, shoot high. So you're seeing them switching that up a little bit to give a varied look to the goalie.
Coombs will take this draw against Steinke here. And Coombs will wind up with it here for Osseo-Park Center. Works her way across the middle, but again, tight D.
They are just not going to let her get to the net, Jay. They've just said it all night, and they've shut her down. The slides have been good, but you know we were talking about the footwork of these defenders. It's been good on all of them.
Ooh. Trying to pass that one, and it ended up in on College, but she's able to grab it up.
Maybe get a screen deflection play.
Jenna Hahman with it here for Armstrong. Oh, nice pass there. Smith looking for more, but this time Otieno wins the battle. Smith has 4 goals in this half and got a great pass there. And that time, though, not able to sneak it past Grace Otieno.
Boy, she continues to surprise. She makes some really good saves. I just...
And a whole lot of traffic there around Scherner.
That would be called a triple team, I believe.
And almost a repeat of it there. Scherner now gets rid of it. Finding Eikos. Giving her a little chance to play up front here. And there's College. There was what I was talking about earlier. College likes to read those passes, and they tried to go to Rainerson out front, and Lydia College took it.
Good anticipation, but there is a risk factor there.
Kramer gonna run, try to just mow everybody down in her path and get to the net. But College, another stop.
College, another great stop, man. She's on it. She's got that basket all over the ball where it's supposed to be.
Hahman. Nice move to the front. Here's Hahman, and there's Otieno with another save. Not that often where you watch a lacrosse game and some of the most fun plays to watch are the saves.
Can you imagine Otieno, she was on a, let's say a Maple Grove or a Centennial?
Little dig for it there, and Eikos up with it here for Osseo-Park Center. Approaching 2 minutes to go in this one. Armstrong up by 10 at 14-4.
2 minutes. Remaining that.
Coombs ready to go now. They did stop the clock at that last turn, although it had been running with the prior, so got a little more time left. And a shot to the side of the face there. And Grace Barron arguing the call a little bit there.
Well,
Barron.
He was having none of it.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Gonna get this sorted out a little bit here.
And the coaches, they're talking to their players right now. Make sure you get over here, Abby. Look over there and get set on that spot. Go to the net.
So back into action, Osseo-Park Center. Howard chased out of there.
I just walked this weekend.
And they'll get one as Rainerson in traffic, receiving and scoring.
She's got a gift. I mean, you don't see her doing anything really fancy with the stick or passes and stuff, but boy, I'll tell you what, she finds a way to get into that middle, get her basket on there, get a cross on the ball, and get a shot. All of a sudden, she's just there. The instinct. Jay, okay? Sorry. But you can see the nice pass in the middle here, and they pick it up nice, and she just buries it. And boy, I think she's got a nice career ahead of her, for heaven's sakes. So they haven't quit. Still working on it here with 1:14 left. And the draw.
Sondral scooping that one up.
Nice stick check there. Nice from behind and away from the body. Down. Apparently there's a turnover here. I think it might have been a moving pick back up the field a ways.
A little battle for it here. And just overrun a little bit there by Rettelsheimer, but we'll get it back. Armstrong wants more here. Sondral. Under 10 seconds to play here as they're going to get their 6th win of the season. Smith receiving that pass. And not going to get another shot away, and Armstrong will win it by a score of 14-5 as they played a decent first half and then kind of turning it on and pulling away and controlling this one a lot more here, Dan, in the second half, despite good performances really by both goalies too.
Absolutely. I mean, the game was closer than it looked in a lot of instances. I saw OPC win a lot of draws. Goalies both played well. But the Falcons, too much speed, too many good moves, and nice team play back and forth. A lot of give and goes thrown out tonight.
So Armstrong getting set for a big one with Maple Grove on Friday, and they get it done here tonight against Osseo-Park Center. Our final is Armstrong 14 and OPC 5. Thanks so much for watching Girls Lacrosse here on CCX.